director with them, and he's going to take you through his presentation. So enjoy the presentation, and then we have MVP awards and MVP ceremony. Cool. Over to you, man.
Okay, thank you. So welcome everybody to the another session organized by SUGCON India 2023. So today I'm going to present a session on utilizing Sitecore age-powered recommendation enhanced by an emotional recognition model. It's a big topic, but it's very easy to understand. So let's start our session. So agenda for today is that first we'll start with the introduction, then we'll try to understand some concept of AI, and within that we are going to try to understand the emotional recognition model. Apart from that, we'll also try to understand the conventional neural network. So we'll try to understand what exactly the neurons are. Then we are going to move a little bit towards the Sitecore side. We'll try to understand Sitecore experience edge. And within that, we will also try to understand the benefits and the type of the experience edge API. And then we are going to connect these two different systems together. And then I will give you a demo on one app, which is called Mood Music Recommender. And inside it, we are using one AI-based data set. So I will explain that as well. And after that, a demo followed by the Q&A session. So before starting anything, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Surendra Sharma. I am Associate Director in Nagarro. Overall, I have 17 plus years of experience. On Sitecore side, I am working from last 11 years. I'm a Sitecore certified, MongoDB certified, Microsoft certified. Apart from that, I was speaker in lots of user conference in India and also a part of lots of user groups as well. I'm running one blog website where I have published more than 200 blog articles, and I'm author of 8 ebooks on Sitecore. And apart from that, I have also developed 5 reusable modules available on Sitecore marketplace. In last 10 years on the Sitecore side, I have worked over on more than 20 projects on the Sitecore. So as a human, or in our living words, including the animals, we are emotional driven people. You are going to hear lots of time, yaar wo to emotional blackmail kar rahi hai. So based on our emotions, we are taking the decisions. Somewhere our decisions are motivated by our human emotions. And if you can understand these emotions, you can create a business value from it. You can create a product, you can create assets that are, you can sell it on the emotions of the person. So you can generate or create an emotion recognition model which can recognize the human emotions, and then you can provide, or you can get the better personalized experience. So right now, the kind of personalized experience our websites, our technology, or our systems are giving is based on the user journey, or the kind of digital footprints that our technology is following. But apart from that, if you are trying to track the emotions of the people, then you can provide a revolutionized, personalized experience. Now, in our day-to-day life, AI and machine learning already started to knock the doors. You can pick any part of the technology, and you will get that AI is already there. And right now, AI and machine learning can process vast amount of data, and they can find the data pattern inside it. But think about it, the day when AI will start to recognize the emotions. Think about after 5 years or 10 years, where these systems will be when they start to understand the human emotions. So if AI understand the human emotions where they have just started to understand it, so based on the emotions, they can provide you the better recommendations which are going to be close to our heart. Now, under the AI, we have one field called emotion recognition model. Now, this is the subset of artificial intelligence, where the idea here is that you can create one model and which can detect and classify the human emotions, which are going to be based on the visuals, or it may be based on the audio clues. Now, you can create one model which is going to train on the data set of the human emotions, such as your facial expressions or voice tone, and then this system can learn to recognize patterns here that can correspond to this specific emotion, such as you can feel happiness, there can be a sadness, there can be a anger, or there can be a fear as well, or it may be a surprise. So once you create this kind of models, then you can create a variety of applications. For example, you can analyze the customer sentiment. So for one of the customer, their requirement was that they want to create one website where people can go there, purchase the product, and then customers can provide the feedback of these products. So if these feedbacks are positive, then it can be directly published to the website. But if these feedbacks are neutral or maybe have the negative sentiment, then the system should identify it, and then this feedback will go to the backend team, and then they will check whether there are some vulgar comments are there or not, whether those are neutral, or whether they are actually very bad feedback which can damage the reputation of the product or to the company. So we have created that POC for one of our customer. Nowadays, social media platforms are also using the emotional recognition model. For example, there was one video which I saw it on one of the social media platform, and they are showing the cruelty on the kids. And as my natural feelings, I just provided my comments there that hang this bastard till death. Now, this word is picked by that social media platform algorithm, and they have banned my account for 24 hours. So you see here, nowadays, systems or technology or different platforms are already using this emotional recognition model. So under this recognition model, we have the conventional neural network. Now, what is neurons? So inside in our brains, we have the neurons, where one neuron is connected with the different hundreds of the different neurons. And the more the neurons you have, you can take the better and wise decision in your life. So for example, in kids, their growth of the neurons are very high, whereas in adults, if you are in your 40 or 50, where you started to get the gray hairs like me and you, then in that case, yeah, the speed of these neurons are going to be, the growth of these neurons are going to be very less. So you can see here, you are going to see one picture here. So to these systems, I am providing one picture here, and this is my input layer. So within this one, now I have created a neurons, like neurons we have in our brains. In the same way, you can create the neural network in your in the machines as well. So you can provide some inputs here, for example, an image here, and then it will be go through the number of different layers here. So you can see here you have the conventional layer and some different one or more hidden layers as well. So through this image is going to be analyzed, and once it is going to be analyzed, finally you will get the output layer, and there you are going to identify that whether this is a cat or not. Okay? So that's how these neural networks are working. So basically, the neural networks are also called as a feed-forward neural network, and this is a type of artificial neural network technology. And the idea here is that it have the multiple layers. So for example, we have the multiple layers here, and from these layers, this system is going to learn and make the predictions or the classifications here. So within this system, it consists of an input layer, a number of different layer, and the output layer here. And on each layer, some computational, some mathematical calculations are going to be happened, and each layer have some weightage. Okay. Apart from that, this conventional neural network have the flow of the information, which is unidirectional. So you can see here, it's a unidirectional here, where the information is moving from the input layer through the hidden layer, and finally it will be go to the output layer here. So input layer receive the data, and it passes through the network to the output layer, where output is produced. And each layer in this network applies a set of weightage to the input data here. Now, once you create this kind of neural network, then there are variety of tasks that you can perform. For example, you can do the image and speech recognition here. Apart from that, you can do the anomaly detection. And once you train this, you train this neural network, then you can customize it as well, and you can use it in your products also. So for example, a real life example of conventional neural network is the credit card. So if you go to any bank and ask them that, give me a credit card. So they will check your past credit history, and based on that, they are providing the credit card. Now let's suppose a limit of this credit card is 1 lakh, and every month you are spending maybe around 30 to 40,000. And one fine day, you are sitting with your girlfriend, and just to impress her, you just swap the card and make the transaction of 90,000. Now this is not your usual behavior with that credit card. So this is going to be picked by the backend system through this conventional neural network, and they will check there is some problem because this person never done this kind of transactions. So as your wife is doubting on you, the system is also going to doubt on you here. So somebody will call you from bank system, from their backend system, or you will get a mail, or you will get the SMS where they will ask you to allow this transaction, or whether it's a legal transaction done by you or not, or if it's done by somebody else. So they will, after the confirmation, yes, they will allow you to do this transaction here. So you can see here, banking systems and some other technology systems are also using the conventional neural network inside their product. So now you know about little bit about the AI, you know about the emotional recognition model, now you know about the conventional neural network, and now we have to supply the data to this system. So how to supply the data here? So for this, as I'm a Sitecore guy and proud to be Sitecorean, so as for me, I can use the Sitecore Experience Manager here, where I can put all the content, and then I can expose all this data after the publishing to the number of channels. Now these channels can be a web channel, it can be your mobile channel, or it can be your IoT. So you can just name the number of channel, and you can broadcast this content here. So for this, I have choose here Sitecore Experience Edge. Why? Because it's a globally scalable SaaS API service which is offering by the Sitecore, and which provide the content in terms of items, media, layout. Apart from that, the best part here is that if you are using the Sitecore Experience Edge, then you don't need to worry about the web database. You don't need to worry about the content delivery server, because Experience Edge is actually publishing its content to the CDN, and within the CDN, once your data is within the CDN, then according to the nearest location to the visitor, then that CDN will provide the content to that mobile or to that channel here. Apart from that, this Sitecore Experience Edge can be act as a content as a service to delivering your content here. So that's why we have choose the Sitecore Experience Edge. Now, what's the benefit of the Sitecore Experience Edge if you are using it? As it's providing the data to the CDN, so that's why you will get your data going to be delivered in a very fast rate. It's very flexible, so you can bring any tech stack. For example, you can use Java tech stack, or Android, or Jamstack, or it may be a .NET. So you can just bring any technology, and it will be easily integrate here because it's work on the HTTP protocol. Overall, it will decrease your architectural complexity, because as I said, it can be easily integrated with any technology. At the end of the day, it's just the REST call where you will get the data into the JSON format. Now, it's an extremely scalable delivery and globally replicated platform which provide the content delivery using the high performance Sitecore hosted API. If you are creating the Sitecore JSS website, then this is the best way to get the content there. It's a centralized distribution layer where you can publish your content and which is going to be published to the number of channels. As I earlier said, you don't need any web database and content delivery servers here, and it can be consumed by the any channels and the application platform here. Now, within this Sitecore Experience Edge, it's going to provide you two types of API. One is the preview API, and another is the delivery API. So basically, these are the endpoints. It provides the two different type of endpoints. And these API then can be globally replicated and scalable, and it will provide the content and media to the nearest user location here. So basically, behind the scene, it uses the GraphQL, and you know that GraphQL is the best querying language for the API technology to provide the data here. And apart from that, as GraphQL support the strongly typed graph definition, so that's why it's suited to this API most here. Now, how to connect these systems here? Okay. The million-dollar question here is that how to connect. So what you have to connect? You have to connect two different type of system. One is your emotional recognition model, which come from the AI world, and now you have your content where the Sitecore Experience Edge API is there. Okay. So we want to connect these two different technology together. So for this, to give a demo on this, how to do that, I have created one application called the Mood Music Recommender here. Why we have created this application? So as you know, nowadays with the fast-paced life, it has been very difficult where people are going to be socialized and express themselves, especially after the post-corona world. So where the norms have changed and people are trying to meet to the people very less here nowadays, and they want everything to be online here. So since music is the have the therapeutic effect and have been used to treat various psychological conditions, even studies over the year have shown that humans reply and react to the music, and music have a very high impression here. So that's why we have created this application. So idea here is that we have the camera in our mobile or in our laptop. So we will start that camera, and then image is going to be captured. So once image is going to be captured, then we'll do the face detection. And once the face is detected, then we'll try to identify the emotions for that person, that what kind of emotions he's going to feel right now. And based on that, we'll suggest the music, and then it's going to be played there. Okay. Now for this, I have created, we have used one dataset called the Kaggle dataset. Now the specialty of this Kaggle dataset is that it's going to train over more than 30,000 images. Okay. Now all these images are 48 by 48 pixel grayscale images of the different faces, and within this, from these faces, we are trying to identify the emotions. So we have categorized our emotions into 7 different type of emotions, whether the person is feeling angry or disgusted, or he's going to be fear or happy. It can be a neutral emotions. He's feeling the sad or maybe a surprise. So these are the 7 emotions that we have. And through this Kaggle dataset, the emotional recognition model is going to be generated, and this, as we have generated it on over more than 30,000 images. So now if you are providing a new image to this model, so it will try to identify it, whether the person is feeling the happiness or the sad or the surprise. So what kind of emotions a person is feeling here. So for this, I am going to give one demo. So let me switch to my application here. I need help here. Discard. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Yeah. So here is I have my yeah, here is my browser and I have my app here. So which will start to detect my face here and which is trying to identify me that what kind of emotions that right now I have here. So based on these emotions, it's going to try to give me the recommendations for the songs here. Now this emotional detector that I'm trying to capture here, this is going to be done through the emotional recognition model. So this is the part of AI, and the song recommendation that this emotions we got it here. This is coming through the Sitecore. Okay. Now the another part here is that if you want, you can create your own playlist here for the songs. Okay. So for example, maybe I will add it here. So I want to add this song here. Let's try to change our emotions. Maybe let's try to add this angry. So there, as I said, there are 7 emotions here. So according to all these emotions, it's going to give you the song recommendations here. And let's suppose you don't want to be these emotions to be captured here. So what you can do, you can stop this emotional detector. For example, you can go there and you can say that stop it. I don't want you to be more detect the emotions from my face. And now you have created the playlist. So now what you can do, you can play it. So for example, I can go there and I can play it. So whatever the URL you have provided, it will go there and it just start the song there. So right now I have provided the YouTube, but I don't have internet right now, so it's not going to play. But as you can see here, you can create the playlist. To give the more personalized touch to this app, what you can do, you can add the Sitecore CDP here to give the more personalized choices for your songs, for your playlist. Depend again, it's going to depend on your mood, depend on the place. For example, when you are in office, we are all feeling sad, especially on Monday. And on the Friday, we are saying, yeah, it's a Friday, so you are going to play a happy song on that day. So you can create a more generalized and the personalized touch through the by adding the Sitecore CDP kind of product here. But from this kind of application, you can see here, you can detect the emotions, and through these emotions, now you can give the better personalized experience to your user. Instead of measuring the digital footprints, now you can give the real-time experience to your customer through the captured emotions here. And that's what the future is, because if you think about the AR or augmented reality, AR or VR kind of technology, and within that technology, if you want to give the content through the Sitecore or through any CMS, in that case, you want to understand that what kind of emotions right now that person have. So yeah, this is created. If I give you more information on technology side, so this was developed it in Python, and this recommendations, as I said, coming through the Sitecore experience edge here, and playlist. Either you can store it into maybe into cookie or into a local database, depend on wherever you want. But we can easily create this playlist here, and we can store this playlist for the future use. So let's back to slides. Yeah. So that's what the demo is. So apart from this, there are two things that you are going to learn today. One, about the AI and this mood music recommender application. Second thing, the takeaway that you are going to go through this after our session is the dinner that are waiting for us after some time. But before that, if you want to connect with me in future, so you can connect me on these channels, on Twitter or on Slack. So apart from that, I want to thank you for this giving me opportunity on this stage, for the organizer and sponsor of this Sitecore User Conference India 2023, and to you all the audience who are here to attend this session here. So thank you everybody, and if you have some questions and queries or even a suggestions, then yeah, we can discuss that right now. Yeah, can somebody give him mic?
Thank you. So first of all, it's a really good use case of AI.
Thanks.
Now it's a day like people are talking about AI.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
All right.
I
So
hope
couple of
you-
questions.
I hope
have.
your kid is going to create a more AI application than you.
Sure. First, I wanted to understand how long it would take to create this model.
Create this application?
Rather than application, I would say model, because you said you use Kaggle dataset, right?
Yeah.
For facial recognition.
So,
And
see, you will not believe it, but we have developed this application in
3 days or 3 hours.
3 days, month, hour, year. 3
days.
3 days. How we created 3 days? So there was a hackathon internally in our organizations. So for that we have created this application, and you know the timeline of the hackathon. You hardly get either 24 hours or maximum 48 hours. Okay. So within 48 hours we have created it. For this demo, I have modified it for 1 extra day. So that's why I am saying within 3 days we have created it, and that's what this application is.
All right. Another thing, I mean, you used Kaggle dataset.
Yeah. So you can see the best thing in the AI is that it's open source. And as it's an open source, so you'll get the data set are already developed by somebody else. So you don't need to create it. And even the sample codes are also there. You just need to apply your own mind there, and then you have to modify it according to your needs. So code is already there, data set is already there. You just need to apply it with your requirement.
Okay, last question. I wanted to understand, like, I mean, obviously, the options which are already there, like Azure is providing some APIs, IBM is providing facial recognition APIs, which are, ready to use as well.
Yeah.
We don't need even database as well, right? So, I mean, just a question, why you use Kaggle and Python along for this demo instead of, any, I mean, there are a lot of free and paid, both are available, right? So just wanted to understand why Kaggle dataset.
See, right now, when we have developed this application, we have the different people who are based in that particular technology. So one guy who are very good in Python, another guy who are very good in Sitecore. So that's why we choose it. But I have also explained one example, customer sentiment. So for one client website, we have to, in real time, whatever the feedback, whatever the comment people are going to provide it for the products as a feedback, that should be going to be checked by some AI system. So for that, we have used the Azure Tech Sentiment related API. So there we have used the Azure because there was a specific requirement. But for the hackathon, their technology is not bounded. You can pick any technology in which you are feeling good there. So that's why we have picked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I have one question. Like we are using Experience Edge and we are providing that API to our front-end websites. Let's say Experience Edge is providing like 99% availabilities, but like something happens and that API goes down. So is there any backup plan for in this case?
No. But yes, one thing is the backup that, as I said, you are creating a playlist. That playlist, we can store it in either in your local cookies, in case of it's a web database, or otherwise we can use some different database that are very open for the API world. So we can use that, but the real-time emotions and their corresponding song recommendations, that we will not get it if API server is down somewhere.
Okay, because this is the like you have created application, but some we are in real example we are using that API in actual any of the websites. So at that time, with client facing the issue like website goes down maybe maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
The restriction here is that we cannot hard code this songs recommendations, because from person to person the songs choice are something different. I mean, as a North Indian guy, so we like the Hindi songs or the local songs, and at the same time, if you are giving me some South Indian songs, I am not going to like it because I don't going to understand anything. Even we don't understand the English songs as well, but still we are enjoying it. Nobody is going to understand the Punjabi songs as well, but still we are going to do the Bhangra. So you can see here, it's depend on the mood, in which mood you are right now.
Another fallback, we can use footprint.
Yeah, of course we can use the footprint, but the idea here is that footprint will give you the historical or the past user behavior, and we don't want that past user behavior. We want right now, at this moment, what user is thinking. So what emotions he's going to feel. So that's what we are trying to capture here. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I can hear you, but I hope other will also hear you.
So this is a very nice application, very real example. My question is, here have you used Sitecore as an interface to publish to the edge, or you directly publish to the edge through your API model?
See, for your local, if you are going for your local development, you can use it locally here. But on the production, of course, you need the real one. But as I said, my internet was down. So if it's online, then I cannot get the song recommendation. So somewhere it's running from my Sitecore instance that are stored or running locally on my system.
So like question here is like this Experience Edge
Yeah.
is tightly coupled with the Sitecore product, or
Yeah.
it can be used as a standalone product?
See, you cannot use it as a standalone, because if it's a standalone, who will publish the content?
Through some APIs, like it's exposing some
No.
code
So
APIs?
Sitecore is going to be integrated with this CDN system. So it will expose the data through its channel. So this CDN or this Sitecore edge is specifically designed for the Sitecore product.
Okay. And here you're using the real time, right? So based on your mood, you are getting the data from the Experience Edge.
Yeah,
So you are
yeah,
using
yeah.
the GraphQL for that, is it?
Yes. Because see, if you are bringing some external technology which is not developed by the Sitecore. So if you have the two different heterogeneous technology, and now if you want to connect these two technology, then the best and easiest way is that you should use the HTTP protocol, and then you should use the API. And within all the API, you will get the different formats of the API, REST API, you will get the web sockets, you will get the gRPS. So within that, GraphQL is the most and easiest way of the API that you can integrate it, because it's a simple HTTP call where you will get the data into the JSON format as a response. So which is very easy to integrate with any type of systems in the world.
Thank you.
So I hope no more question is there. So thank you. And they have changed the plan, otherwise we have to enjoy our dinner after this. But anyway, thank you for attending this session.